Okay, so this started somewhere after the lockdown. It was quite an eye-opener for me, the entire pandemic situation. And, I had started reviewing my own physical health, mental health, and along with that, my financial health, which I thought was very, very important, something that I had to look into. And when I reviewed it, I realized that though I'd been investing for a long time, my finances were a little, everywhere in a haphazard way, all over the place, I can say. And I needed to streamline and organize it. And I realized that this is something that I couldn't do by myself, but instead I needed an expert, an advisor who would help me organize all of this, streamline it, and align it with my financial goals. So that's how we started looking for financial advisors. But I was very particular about what I wanted. There were two things. One was, of course, an expert who would help us, do the entire thing. And the second was we were looking for someone who would be a constant source of support in our lives. Sometimes what happens is we just interact with financial advisors only when we need to invest. No, but I wanted someone who was very, very invested in my financial growth, was interested way beyond just investing. There's a plan and there is let's work on it together. So I needed someone like a team player, and that's when when we're looking for such a person, a family friend introduced us to Trellis and Sujit, who's the head of Trellis. And we had a very nice meeting. I remember the first time, and we discussed it at length. And I realized in a lot of ways that perhaps we are quite aligned. So what I'm looking for is something that Trellis can offer. But of course, that was the first meeting, and I had to wait and see what would happen later. And yeah, but it actually turned out to be true. And Trellis turned out to be exactly what we were looking for. So it was the right fit. Definitely, my portfolio looks very, very different from where it was. So it's richer, it's dynamic, it's diverse, yet very, very balanced. And most importantly, aligned with my financial goals. So I'm really happy about that. And we have, reaped the benefits of all the investments that we have done. So a lot of profit, of course. And I'm very grateful for that. Another thing that I would like to mention is that Sujit has also really encouraged me to become financially literate. And that was totally unexpected. I never expected that out of my relationship with Trellis. He's really invested in his clients, and he does that with everyone, actually, not just me. Making sure you got to enjoy the investments that you're doing. You got to enjoy this journey. You got to enjoy the financial freedom, and always know what you're investing in. Always understand what you're investing in. That was the biggest change in me, and all thanks to him. So yeah.